Welcome back, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. It has been forever. It's been a while since I made a new video. Some of you guys are probably wondering where I've been. Did I sell the car? Do I still have the car? What am I driving now? Is this guy still dual pulley? What is going on? Did his car blow up? Oh man, it's been one hell of a ride. I still have the car. We're in it. Gonna try to keep this video short and simple, straight to the point. I am still currently running integrated engineering, the dual pulley beta file. It's been great. It's been one hell of a roller coaster. I will tell you guys, a lot has gone on since I've been running this. I do daily the car. I have the Corvette under the car cover there. Yeah, there's a lot of crap on there. I know. Car cover's great, believe me. Corvette's okay. But the Audi A6, the CREC, CREC, whatever you guys want to call it, is one hell of a adventure. We're gonna go for a ride along. I just want to show you guys a few things here. So let me shut my garage. I am running, again, the integrated engineering dual pulley beta file. The file that I haven't uploaded yet, there's actually a revision. I could run anywhere from E30 to E50. The safe area is E40. The current file that the car is running on as of right now is able to hold up to E30. So I did install a fuel sensor, which is nice, and I'll show you guys how it looks. Let me flip the camera around here. Let's get into my phone. So it is Bluetooth. All I gotta do is click connect, and boom. So I'm currently on E9. I have a little less than half a tank of gas. I figured we'd do a nice little ride along. We're gonna go to, we're gonna put some E85 in this. One thing that is nice, actually, there it is. So it actually gives you a nice little calculator here as to how much, ethanol you should run. There's a lot of apps out there that you could use. So current ethanol level is E9. We're gonna want to get, I'm just gonna be running E30 right now because, again, the file that I'm currently running is the old file. There is a revision file that I haven't uploaded yet. I will be uploading that later. I just need to get some E in the car right now because you could definitely tell when the car is not running E versus when, it is running E. A huge difference in power gain. Not only that, I mean, just the way the car drives in general, because the tune is meant to hold some ethanol and it's not seeing that much ethanol. E9 is not really much. To be honest, my gas stations around here, the most I've ever seen was E7. I have leftover ethanol, so E85 leftover from the last time I drove the car. My gas, we're probably, what are we at? Is that just below half a tank? So just below half a tank. So it's actually telling me to run about 6 gallons of E85. So that's what I'm probably going to end up putting in the car. To put, yeah, we're going to put about 6 gallons because that would get me to the E30 content. So that's what we're going to end up putting in the car. 6 gallons of E85. I'll just disconnect here real quick. So what we'll do is do kind of a little drive along video. Talk to you guys a little bit about everything and how it's been with the car and what the current state of the car is as of right now. All right, let's go for a ride. Let's go get some E85 mixed in with the 93 that I got running in the car right now. It's a beautiful day. It's 64 degrees outside in Illinois, which is finally becoming summer. So I just kind of get straight to the point with the car here. Just wanted to point out one major thing: no check engine light on the car, right? So I used to post up everything on Integrated Engineering's Facebook page, and thought it would be great to show my, you know, adventure and show people where my current like state of the car is and how everything has been, and you know, my ride-alongs and so on, and what kind of adventure I'm going through with this car, my journey with this car, my goal with this car. My goal was always to hit 11s, you know, 11 seconds on the 1/4, the quarter mile here, and I hit 11s. It was great. It was awesome. People were still like, oh, your car this, your car is not this, you know, your car should be running this, your car should be running that, check compression, check this, check that. What's your, you know, current level of, I don't know, your intake air temps and so on. So the thing that people don't understand is there's absolutely nothing wrong with this car. This car is in mint condition, tip-top shape. I don't beat the shit out of it every day. I take actually really good care of it. As far as maintenance goes, speaking of maintenance, I actually going to be doing my transmission service very soon. I just got everything from FCP Euro, just for the grins of to make everybody excited, like just to do it. I did a compression test though, so I'm a little bit all over with my story here, just because it's been forever since I've done a video and explained to you guys everything that I did to the car. I did a compression test. My compression test on cylinder 1 and 2 is what I did. Just wanted to compare cylinder 1 and 2. I didn't do the compression test on all the cylinders. I just wanted to match the 2 cylinders to see if they're within a certain area, because I know it's within, I think, a 10%. If it's the difference, then there's an actual problem, or if you have no compression at all, or if your compression's below 100 PSI, that is, then there's an actual issue. And that's not the case. My compression was perfectly fine. There were actually, it was within a 5% marginal between the two, and there was, you know, the pressure per cylinder. I used a gauge that I don't know if it's 100% accurate, but it was a little bit on the lower side of compression, and nobody seems to know what the compression should actually be for a CREC engine. The old engines, the old 3.0 Ts, everybody knows that they should be above, I think, 140, 150 PSI. That's kind of the area you want to see. I hit around 120 PSI. But I was told by many Audi technicians, by many people, that as long as the compression's within the certain area, if they're really close to each other, to not worry about it. And it's perfectly fine. So I'm going to take that and go with it. Again, I have no issues at all with the car, no misfires. The car's not burning oil. You know, I'm not losing coolant. Again, it's running flawlessly. It's running great. The issue that I was always having with my low 1/4 times, my quarter mile times, was that my ethanol level. So I had a lot of timing corrections, which was, you know, it was killing my car at the top end. My car was not going anywhere for a dual pulley car, and a lot of people were saying that I had lots of problems with my car. So I put a little ethanol in the car, and I hit 11s right away, and it was no problems. Now I'm at the point where if I run an E40 mix, I expect to be in the mid 11s to hopefully low 11s, which would be great. I know James was another guy that used to have an Audi A6. He actually sold it and bought an S7, which, man, that wrap on that S7 looks amazing. I don't want to say it, you guys just need to go check it out. He doesn't have a YouTube, but he does have an Instagram. I'll put it in the description. You guys can check out his Instagram. I don't know if he has YouTube, honestly, but he had, I believe he was running E55 on his CREC, and he ran 11.14. I haven't hit that yet. You know, I've never reached that much of ethanol level in this car. So I don't know what this car would do if I ran that. Maybe I would run the same, you know, if I ran E55. The problem is, again, it's a CREC engine, to where you'll run into problems with fueling. Fueling is the #1 issue with this car, because it does not like more power being added, because the fueling can't keep up. Even with bigger injectors, they can't, it's not supporting. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think integrated engineering is kind of just staying away from this car now. They don't want to deal with it. You know, a single pulley E85 is fast enough. That is really quick. The dual pulley setup on this doesn't make any sense. That's just how I see what they see, right? So now I'm going way too ahead of myself here with the story, but thought I'd just kind of vent that all out to everybody. I don't beat this car up. The car is nice and quiet. It doesn't sound like a straight up, like, you know, a racer, you know, because these cars sound horrible with an exhaust system. But yeah, so the story with this car, I'm just gonna give it all out, right? So my catalytic converters were clogged. I had to get rid of the cats. Very common issue. Cats were completely clogged. When I ran the car at the drag strip, when I ran a 12.9, that's actually when my cat started to fail. And Carter over at Integrated Engineering, who's giving me, you know, the dual pulley files and, you know, revisioning the files and everything, awesome guy, really cool guy to work with. Me and him have, I can't even tell you, pages and pages of emails going back and forth about this. And he actually caught it and told me my cat seemed to be clogged based off a log that I had sent. So here we go. It was kind of the rabbit hole from that point. So I got test pipes, Red Star test pipes, great quality. I love them. I put them on the car. The car sounded like crap. Lots of vibration. The typical downpipe combination with the test pipe issue. Just vibration was crap. So the adventure continues from there. So lots of people put the MagnaFlow, I think it's the MagnaFlow, I forget what it is, but the quiet mufflers or resonators, so they modify it to make it where it's quiet and it doesn't sound like crap. My issue was, of course, I got rid of the catalytic converters. Check engine light was on. I'm in Illinois. I have to pass emissions test. And, you know, Integrated Engineering wasn't going to shut the cats off for me. So that wasn't going to happen. So I had to come up with a solution. I was going to do the MagnaFlow situation. I found, actually, a buddy of mine is a fabricator who was able to fabricate something up for me. He fabricated stainless steel. So yeah, about 6 gallons. Stainless, stainless 5 in the car. That's what they're called. I'll show you guys the fuel adapt once I get back home to show you guys where the ethanol level is at. It should be roughly E30, maybe like E29, E28, only because I put exactly 6 gallons. The thing is with the fuel adapt, because if I'm not mistaken, this is a 19-gallon tank in the car. The fuel adapt doesn't go to 19 gallons, which is weird. It only goes up to 20 gallons from that point. So found that kind of weird, but it's also getting dark outside too, so it might be a bit hard for you guys to see anything. So continue the story. Supercharged, the Supercharger is ported, welded clutch, done by Supercharged Audi Sports. Shane, highly recommend you guys to use him over any other company. He is very easy to work with. Communication is there 100%, and I love to give people my business that communicate with me and are on the same page as I am. I mean, this guy was on it to the point where he's like, hey, don't worry, I'm sending you out the Supercharger right now. And it was like 8 o'clock at night. He got the label done and everything. So I mean, because you could just go on UPS store or whatever it is and purchase the label right there and then. So he did that in advance before he even sent it out to me. and he gave me a tracking number and everything right away. So really great guy to work with. Highly recommend to use him. So when this whole thing was happening, when I had the supercharger installed, I used to have an APR slide-on crank pulley, the 187. No, is it the 187? Yeah, it's the 187 slide-on crank pulley. So I'm rocking the 187 crank pulley with the 57 supercharger pulley. So the dual pulley, the common dual pulley setup, that's what I want to run with. So I used to run that. I actually got rid of that. I got rid of the whole entire crank pulley as well. We got that swapped out with the JHM lightweight 187 solid pulley that, you know, now that Integrated Engineering just came out with their design, but it's all the same thing, guys. Let's be honest. So I got the JHM. JHM is, they've been, they were the first ones to come out with a crank pulley, a solid crank pulley for these cars. So their quality is good on that. I changed that. We changed the belt. I got a Gates belt running on there now, the supercharger belt. What else did I do? I honestly, it was mainly the exhaust, and I changed the crank pulley, and we got the supercharger replaced. Those are really the only things that I've ever changed on this car. Now I do want to talk to you guys about the ZF8 tune for this car. I was working with Joel, who's the head lead of Integrated Engineering for the ZF8 tune that made this. There was issues with my launch control, and this was an ongoing thing with launch control, because every time I try to launch the car on street, aggressive, or race, it would always go past 3,000 RPMs, and then it would want to shift into the next gear. So it was an issue, and I brought it up, and they were like, yeah, it's, oh great, hold on. So it was definitely a problem. So he was gonna resolve it and fix it, and you know, he even did a revision file for me for the ZF8, which now it's a normal update for everybody, by the way, to fix that issue. But I was still having that problem. So my problem was foot on the brake, mash the gas pedal down, it would rev up about 3,000 RPMs, a little bit higher, then it would increase, and then it would shift the gear, and then it would go past like 4,000 RPMs. So the car, like, what is going on? It would over rev, and it was an issue. So came out with a revision file, whatever, and that still wasn't working. The more and more I drove the car, I was looking into getting a different trans tune, and it just frustrated me because I had spent so much money. It was like $800 or $700 to get the integrated, you know, ZF8 tune done, and it just didn't, it wasn't, I couldn't just do it because I wanted to get the I can't even say it, but or Burke, the Burke, I know he's got an SQ5, I believe. I was looking into getting those. They have the HP tuners to do that. I decided that I'm gonna stick it out with Integrated Engineering, and I think I found a trick to make it work for my launch control, and that is, of course, to launch in manual mode instead of sport mode. So I had it on the street file, and I was launching. So the last run that I did, I was running E33. So E33, and then I was running the street file, and I did a launch in manual mode, and I noticed that it did stay at like 1900 RPMs, and it was not going anywhere. It was solid, like almost at 2000 RPMs, and I was like, okay, I guess this is working right. So I launched out the whole, the tires didn't squeal or anything the way it was supposed to, and that's how that file is supposed to work, because it's a street file, and it's meant for, oh boy, that was a cop. It was meant, oh shit, he's coming behind me. It was meant so that it could be driven on the street normally and not, you know, lose traction. So I changed that. We changed it to I changed it to an aggressive tune as of yesterday, and I haven't tried it yet. I haven't switched it up yet. He's getting close. I may get pulled over because my tag is expired, but I have the sticker in my glove box. So if he really wants to, he can pull me over because of that. Otherwise, if you... Okay, good. He's turning left. It was a close call there. So I changed it to aggressive, and I haven't tried the launch yet, which I'm going to be doing very shortly. But again, like I said, we're running a little bit of I still have that revision from integrated engineering to run a little bit of a higher ethanol content. I want to try E40 with the dual pulley. We'll do another draggy run and see what I run at that point. And I'm hoping that I run very low 11s. If we hit low 11s, I mean, that's as far as you could go with this, unless I gutted the car, which, depending on how low of 11s I get, you guys, I'm going to be gutting the interior of this car so I could hit that high 10, and then I would be the very first CREC high 10 that I would know of, unless there is one out there already. I have no idea. A lot of people are selling these cars. Everybody's getting a B9 S4. The B9 S4s are beasts. Of course you're gonna get a beast of a car from a turboed, you know, V6. This is a supercharged V6. I love this car for the fact that it is supercharged. That's why I love this car, and I haven't given up on it. So but yes, this car is running in tip-top shape. I take care of it. I don't beat the shit out of it every day. I can't stress that enough, only because I felt like there was a point where there were a lot of people just trolling me and bashing me because of how, you know, where I was trying to get with this car, and people didn't see what I thought they would see. They saw it completely different, as if, you know, I'm just another Audi guy that's beating these cars up, and don't really look at the, you know, the stats and think that just throwing parts at the car is going to make it go faster. No, and I'm not dumb. I know that. Believe me when I say that, because, you know, if that were the case, I could run my Corvette and I would show everybody up and show them how, you know, a car should be really ran. But I'm not going to get into that in depth with that whole conversation. So the data logging part of this car, it's a constant. It's always being sent. I data log it, I send it in, I give it to Carter. Carter looks at it, he tells me what's next, what to do, how it should be, and then I go from there. You know, like I said, Carter was the guy that found out that I had clogged cats, which we all know is a common thing with these cars. To get the catalytic converters to go clogged, and that, I'm glad I caught that, because that could have been a bigger problem, which would have caused my valve seals, you know, to go bad, or even blow up my engine. Who knows? I think they even caused the transmissions to go bad, if I'm not mistaken. That's a possibility too on these cars. So where I'm at with this car as of right now, I got my ZF fluid. I'm gonna be doing a ZF8 fluid change. We're gonna do a maintenance. I'm at 65,000 miles. That fluid's never been changed. So I got the trans filter, the gasket, you know, the fluid. We're gonna be doing an oil change. I gotta get done. I need fresh plugs, spark plugs. I gotta re-gap them to 0.26. And I got the spark plugs for this car originally. I got the ones that Integrated recommended. That's on their Facebook page. But I did not gap them to 0.26. I left them pre-gapped out of the box, which is 0.32. So that 0.26 should help some as far as, you know, cooling, in other words, or knock, and so on. But I'm getting, just so you guys know right now, that little drive that I just took, I'm getting 27 miles to the gallon, which is amazing for, you know, running a little bit of ethanol, as well as 93 in the car. So that's great. Other thing that I did get for the car, I got a JXB drive shaft carrier. It was impulse buy. I hope I don't get a lot of NVH or any issues with that. The only reason why I say it was an impulse buy is because I did have a coupon, and his video that he has of the play that's in the drive shaft carrier, with it, you know, going up and down, it sold me on that. I mean, to have a solid piece versus something that has a lot of play. Again, the car's a 2017 with 65,000 miles on it. Yeah, so it's something that I'm just going to get changed, just so I know, just in the back of my mind, I know it's fresh down there. The drive shaft's okay. It's not bouncing around the way his video showed. So we'll get that done. And then I got Integrated Engineering's cold air intake lid, the carbon fiber lid. I got that while they had their spring sale, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was the spring sale. That's what that sale was. It was a great deal. It was like, I don't know, it was almost $100 off, I think. Maybe $50 off, I don't know, but it was a lot off. So I was like, damn, I'm not gonna see another sale from Integrated Engineering for quite some time. I might as well hop on that. So I gotta install that still. And then, I mean, again, this car is gonna be one hell of an adventure. I don't plan on selling this car. I don't plan on doing, you know, anything stupid with it. We will be doing some, I guess, exterior mods. Just so it looks more appealing. So it's very stock right now, you guys. Very long video. Stock wheels. But let me show you guys where we're at for the ethanol content. Let's see. Again, like I said, oh shit. Well, I'm at E33. I overjudged it a bit, but that's okay. E33 will be okay. It's not gonna hurt anything. I still have plenty of room to add more, just regular 93. Fuel temps at 71 degrees, which is nice about this fuel lid app. So really cool to have. But again, let me turn the lights on here. I don't know if that's gonna do you guys any good because it's so dark out now. I don't think I missed anything. If I did miss anything, I will post in the comments for you guys. Again, sorry for not posting up videos as often as I should. I do have ideas and more things coming along. I'll show you guys when I install the intake lid. It's just been, time has been kind of against me lately. It's been a hell of a beginning of the year so far. A lot has happened in my life, more personal things that, you know, I would explain to you guys throughout my videos. I'll talk to you guys about that as well. But thank you guys so much for stepping in. All you guys that have been asking, you know, if I still have the car or whatnot, I still do. Everybody that's been commenting on my other videos, sorry that it's been taking me forever to make new videos. Also, you know, thank you guys so much for all the support and everybody that's been with me on this journey with this car. I'll catch you guys in a new video, and comment down below. I want you guys to comment your thoughts and how we should take this car, where we should take this car, what I should do with it, what's next. You know, I need some exterior ideas. I want to wrap the car. I don't want to tell you guys the color I want to wrap it, but I want to wrap it. So comment down below, let me know what you guys' thoughts are on it, what I should do next, and where we should go from there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget, like and subscribe as always on my YouTube channel. Peace out. Have a good night.